Alright, which should be live now. Let me take a look. I messed around with my gain a little bit. I'm hoping that sounds okay now. I didn't like where it was sitting before. I need to mess around a lot with filter settings and whatnot. I've done a whole bunch. Let me see. Yeah, okay, cool. We're currently live. Let's go. Let me copy that, share that around. So we're going to take a little bit here just to let some people filter in. You know, the usual, quite frankly. Maybe that's not high enough. Let me just edit that a little bit. I really don't know how good the sound is. You'll have to tell me. I gotta pull myself up on another monitor too now, huh? Give me a moment. Let me share that there. You know, I'm gonna refrain from saying the thing I always say at this point in time. Because you've heard it before. I don't need to say it again. Give me a pull this up. I wonder if you can hear that. I can hear my mouse, and that's driving me crazy. That's what all that is. I could eliminate that pretty easily by you know, getting myself a boom arm. So I need to invest in that. It'd fix so many of my problems. Okay, I don't like listening to myself, but I want to hear myself real quick. Okay, yeah, that sounds like it's coming through good on to me. Nice. Okay. Oh, look, one whole watcher. I wonder if that's me. I bet that is me. Regardless, how's my frame rate? Is looking fine. Cool. Good. Everything's working there. Oh, let me finish. I gotta post to my Twitter. Yeah, I know, like the long stretches of silence that are not great. I'm just a little groggy still. That's the thumbnails I use for these. Which, to be fair, I gotta. You know, maybe I want to up this now. How does that sound? Hope that sounds okay. I think that sounds a little too loud now. Okay. That probably sounds okay. Okay. That's up. Announcements are all made. Just got to get my camera set back up. Might be a little bit of noise in this process, so bear with me for a second. There we go. Let's get you back where you're supposed to be. Okay, that ought to work. All right. Plugged in. There we go, so that you don't die on me. Okay. We can now switch back over, or switch over, I guess I should say, to this one? Yeah, there we go. Like that angle, actually. Let me see if I can't just... Oh, whoops, I forgot to move those. What is that? Oh, that's what that is. That's not great. Yeah, I need to... I think my mic is a bit too sensitive. I think that could be a problem. Okay. Ah, right, tools are here. All right, yeah, I guess we're gonna just get right into it. So we're gonna be doing the Larinel kit here. This is one of the 30 Minute Sisters kits. It's another Bandai kit. I would say they're comparable in a lot of ways to high-grade kits in terms of plastic quality and build quality. They're, of course, a little bit... Well, obviously they're a little bit different. These are kits of girls instead of kits of big robots. But yeah, I put the 130 Minute Sisters kit. For those who saw the poll, you already know this, but I put the 130 Minute Sisters kit on the poll of what to actually build. I ended up getting a good... Oh, there's tape there. Good thing I have a hobby knife. I had 2 different actual Gunpla, and then I had a 30 minutes missions kit on there, and then this kit. And I got 50-50 on the Camphor and this, and I did a coin flip to decide which one to actually go with. Coin flipped ended up landing on this. So we're doing this. It's okay, these are fun kits. I've been holding on to this one. That was there. I've been holding on to this kit for a while with the intent of showing it off on stream anyway. Ooh, so we got, as usual, we just got a pile of parts there. As this goes, I need to get myself a better desk space for all this stuff. We got our little faces. This is the fun thing about being a hobbyist for any of this sort of stuff. You kind of just have to get used to just faces. Faces, torsos, weird pieces. Hair. It gets interesting. But let's go ahead, pull these out. I hope that the crinkling of these isn't too bad. Might actually want to adjust that back down a little bit. I don't really know where I want to. Again, you'll have to let me know how the sound sounds. I can't hear it. All right, let's get this out here. I'm excited to get to this. So I have the other one. There's 2. What was the other one's name? I forget. We've probably got artwork. These are fun though. So the 30 Minute Sisters kits and the 30 Minutes Missions kits are interesting in that they're built to be modular. They've got essentially a bunch of hard points on the kits where you can swap the pieces in and out. So the result is you can take any of the different 30 Minutes Missions kits, and then 30-minute sisters kits, and swap parts around and do weird stuff with them, which is a lot of fun, and I quite enjoy that. I'm trying to see if the other color variant is... I guess not. See it on here. Is it on... Is it advertised anywhere? No. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Well, I've got the other kit, too. There was another sort of... I think I showed her off on one of my other building streams, but I got both her and the... so it's white and pink, and there's like a black and pink, and she has white hair, and they're sort of like different color variants of the same base idea. I did pick up both of them, but haven't built this one yet because I wanted to show one off. Now, let me find step 1 on here real quick so we can go ahead and just get started. Oh, there we go. I was going to start with the face. Okay. Okay, there we go. It doesn't lay flat like that. That's fine. Oh, that's gonna bother me, actually. Alright. Alright, so step 1 is gonna be working on the face, the head, and upper torso, looks like. No problem. Let's move over there. There we go. I'm not sure which faceplate to start out with. They're all interchangeable ultimately, but I'm gonna start with that one. Yeah, I'm gonna start with that one. I think that's the most neutral expression one here. Just cut that open. Get that out. Okay. We're looking for... Interesting. Hold up. No, huh? Oh, right, okay. I'm less confused. I was getting a little bit confused. This one specifically has another part that needs to attach because of the open mouth. That's why we've got this step here that's specifically for that. So less confused now. We need this right here too. Let's just make our little incision there. Get that out. Start. I don't like how much noise is traveling through the desk right now into the mic. I don't remember that being as big of an issue before. So I'm gonna need to figure that out, I guess. I actually know the solution for that. I'm gonna have to look into that. The solution for that, by the way, is get a boom arm for it. Get it actually elevated off the desk, which I should be doing anyway, so it's not the worst idea. But yeah, you can hear everything. You can hear this just... I'm just setting this down normally. Like, it's crazy. It's all the way over here, by the way. Like, off, good bit off camera, too. It's a bit annoying. I don't like that. Alright, let's go ahead. This all prepped and ready to go. Just gonna shave up the edges a little bit, make sure it's nice and smooth. Want to get rid of any sort of extra mold lines or bits from the spruce that might not have cut as flush as I like. Okay, that should be good. I dropped. Probably gonna drop a lot. I just hope I don't drop any like really tiny pieces. They're gonna be a pain to find. I've been dropping things a lot lately. It's not ideal. This might end up being more than one stream, by the way. I don't know if I'm going to be finishing this all at once. Last time it took us, what, like 3 to get through the Zaku 2 F2. That took a little while. This shouldn't take as long because these are simpler builds. I still have a suspicion based on the name that these are supposed to be finishable within 30 minutes. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna take a lot longer than that. Partially because I go through and file things down like this. Yeah, I'm sure if I just cut everything out with the nippers and left them like that, we would be able to finish this in 30 minutes without much of an issue, but not with the way I do things. The way I do things takes probably a bit too long. Let's go ahead and just get that. There we go. So that's now ready to be connected to the rest of the hair next. Let's see here. I'm looking for F1. The blonde spruce. Why am I even questioning all this? It's the one set that's gonna be very, very blonde, as opposed to pink or lighter flesh tone. It should be a pretty obvious one to find, huh? Alright. There we go. Now I've got what I'm looking for. So we need these pieces here. Yeah. It's gonna be... Yeah, exactly those pieces, looks like. Let me just double... No, yeah, I don't need to double check. It's exactly those pieces are the only ones that match the images. Let's go ahead, just nip those out. And once again, just like last time, I have to remember to keep my hands actually in camera. Camera's a little bit farther away from my body than I would normally like to hold my hands, so I gotta kind of stick them out a little bit. This is a bit of a me problem. I can probably set this up a little better too. Just keep that in mind. I'll use my... Yeah, it's good. My charging cable's a little bit funky, so just gotta check on it sometimes, make sure it's not disconnecting from my well, my phone. My phone actually operates as my camera. We don't want that dying on us midstream. I don't know what I'll do if that happens. Probably just switch over to, well, maybe just keep chatting. If the camera dies, could always switch over to some game or something too. I don't know what. Maybe my Genshin dailies. But that shouldn't be a concern. It is currently plugged in. I'm gonna need this in a bit. So let's just go ahead and cut that out ahead of time. Just bite the bullet a bit there, so we don't have to worry about doubling back. But yeah, I said earlier, I'm gonna say it again real quick too. Let me know if anything sound-wise is super weird. I recognize you're gonna be hearing stuff like that and that and whatnot, just because I've got really I should probably be setting up some more filters and whatnot to catch some of the stuff, but I can't really experiment too much with that. But in terms of just like general volume and whatnot, at the very least I'll know what to look for next time, right? Because there's definitely some yeah, it should be good. One of these days, I need to take some time. Oh, you know what? Maybe tomorrow, because I am planning on doing that stream later in the evening tomorrow. Might be a good idea to, before that, just go through, take a look at my camera settings, my microphone settings, the other piece of equipment. Just make sure everything's set up a little bit better. Make sure we've got proper noise gates set up, stuff like that. So I don't think I have anything set up on it right now. And that's not ideal. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. You know what else I should do? Alongside kits like these, the 30 minutes missions and sisters and the gunpla and whatnot, I should take this opportunity to do some of my tabletop miniatures and whatnot too. I've got an entire X-Men team for Marvel Crisis Protocol that has just been sitting for way too long unassembled because I can't find the time to get around to it, really. I got a friend who's still waiting on me to actually finish those so that we can go out and play. Yeah, he has a couple models of his own. He's played with me sometimes. I've used his Spider-Man stuff each time we've played together, which has been a lot of fun. Yeah, Crisis Protocol is pretty fun. It's not bad as far as tabletop games. It's small skirmish stuff, so it's like teams of 3 on each team. Or sorry, not. It's like 4 or 5, not 3. I don't know why I said 3. It's fun. Thought I. Okay, we should be good. I thought I felt something snap there for a second. I was a little bit concerned, but it looks like everything's still intact. So it's just me being me. Ah, thought I felt a sneeze coming on there. Do you ever get that? Because that's like the worst feeling when you've got like a sneeze coming on and then it doesn't. Unpleasant. Today, that one right here wasn't too bad in those regards, but it still kind of did that a little bit. It's always the worst when it's like you know it's there and you're about to sneeze and then it just chokes. We don't like that. We do like how this hair's coming along though. I mentioned this already before last time too, but I really need to get myself some proper files for this instead of just using my hobby knife. I used to have a whole set of files. I don't know what happened to them. And I got them for all of my like handful of 40K models. Oh, I should do 40K on here at some point too. That would be fun. I bought an Imperial Guard army off of a friend recently. So I went from having almost no guard to having a proper army, and I'm very happy about it. You know, I should grab though. They released. I should check and see if I can still get a hold of them. They released some new guard models that are very cool. They've got like backpacks and stuff, and they're neat. I like them. Very scout setup looking. Let's see, you want me to do this first? But yeah, I didn't look into it back when they first came out, so now I gotta look at it and see if I can still grab them. I think they were part of a larger set too. I think it was one of those cases where my friend who was, well, same guard friend I bought the army from actually, I think he was pointing out the thing from the larger box set and he went and bought himself just the models from the box set off of like eBay or something. Oh, that's hinged. Oh, that's neat. I like that. Let me make sure I can get that in right, like that. Yeah, just like... Ooh, there we go. That's so cool. Look at that. That's got a bit of a hinge on it. That's awesome. Oh, it's neat. I like that a lot. I love little things like that. Okay, moving on. Oh, I already took care of this piece, so we just pop that. Yeah, right in there. That's so cool. Let me get the little... Ah, that's so cool. Okay. You go in here. And now we need... Are these both the same? No, what makes them different? Oh, I see. This one doesn't have some of these same points on it. I wonder why that is. That's interesting. Huh. We'll probably find out. Okay. We need two here. We need this one. Like, that probably relates to something. Yeah, here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you should be able to see it. See, this one has some little divots right here to connect to something, which is not here on this one. But outside of that, it's a nearly identical piece. So I find that interesting. I'm curious as to why that is, because it's telling me to use the one without the little nubs right now. So I'm very curious as to why there are the two, more specifically. Here we go. Trying to decide if I should mute my mic before taking a sip of water. I might just do that, because I can hear way too much from this thing, and it's making me uncomfortable, so I'm going to do that just... Okay. And you can hear that button press too. Woo, let's go. So that is why I file these with my knife, because I don't like having little bits like that sticking up. It is not enjoyable for me. Let's just get rid of that. I know some people don't bother too much. They just leave little dents, and that it bothers me. I don't like it. I wish I could take care of these more efficiently than I do, mind you, but like, I gotta do something. 40K models can be fun with it too, because you get all the little mold lines and whatnot. That hasn't been as much of an issue for me with like Gunpla and stuff like that. I just come back through and take care of all these little bits here where they were connected to the runners. But with my 40K models, they often have seam lines running all across the side, and I go through and just chip away at all of them. Try and get it as flush as I can. Which is really, really hard on anything that has like a pattern on it, or like a texture, I mean. So like things like the plasma guns. Again, I thought I caught some of the hair there. Ooh. Are you flush? Yes. Yeah, it's flush where it needs to be. Okay. There's a little gap there. It just made me a little bit worried for a second. Ooh. You go in here. Like so. Okay. We need the piece that goes right here. There you are. Almost missed it. It almost doesn't look like a piece. Okay. It's tiny. This is one of those pieces I'm scared of. Very, very scared of, to be honest. Oh, you know, I remember one of these from the other kit, too. Do I even dare trying to file down this one. Yes, I do. Just get a little bit. Alright, there we go. That. Better lighting for this. I'll have to remember to clear myself a space for a lamp or something. What you can't see, because just off camera right here, I have way too many things set up that really shouldn't be there. Which means I have less space to, for instance, put runners because I can't put them there. I've got... Hold on, let me push this in so it's flush first. Oh, it doesn't want to go flush. I didn't put it in like backwards or something, did I? No, it just didn't want to go in. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, good. Awesome. I got a nice little flush head that makes me more happy. Okay. Yeah, I've got ground type Gundam. I've got dumb looking ground type Gundam. I got what else do I have? I have Gurren Nendroid. And Bloop, of course. And then I've got a little Nichika acrylic. Like, there's all sorts of little dumb things right here. So really, I should have that space cleared off. I also have my guitar pick and guitar tuner up here. That's a bit of an oddball. A set of axes. That's fun. That's for another Figma I picked up. A Figma I picked up on a whim, actually, that has ended up being one of the cooler Figma I have. Ooh. I had her sitting on the ledge, but she's neat. The joints are interesting. They're very loose. Like, they hold position, but they are also a bit on the loose side, which I find interesting. But I think the design is very cool, and her axes are also very cool. She doesn't have the right hands on right now to actually hold them properly. I had to move these two because they were on top of the mat a second ago, but they are cool. But we're not here for this, so let me just put her back seated on one of these ledges here. Maybe we can seat her right over here. That should be fine. There we go. And get back to what we're actually here for. Alright. This is why I can't finish anything in a reasonable amount of time. I need pieces from B and A runners. Hopefully they're going to be in the same package. B. See, B, where's the A runner? Oh, okay, I'm hearing... I got confused for a second. I'm hearing... oh, there it is. The crinkling from this sounded weird through my headphones. Go ahead, I'll get these open. This is probably going to be loud for a second. I need parts from... Oh, there we go. From you. And then I need parts from you. Yep. Look at all that white. Okay. Maybe I should have just grabbed one at a time, because we're going to be starting with parts on B. B is this one, so let's put this back for a second. I'm going to go ahead and... Well, you know what? I don't need these right now either, so we're actually going to go ahead and move these. These are going to come back, though, because I think that's actually part of the neck. Yes, so that'll come back shortly, probably. Now, let's go ahead, put those back in the box. Get this plastic out of the way. Okay. We need B1, 2, 4, and 4. Yeah, 1 and 2 and 2 4s. There we go. So we got the 4s here. Let's go ahead. Snip. 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 Get these out. That's going to fall. There we go. And there we go. Those are out. And we need 1 and 2. Which side? It's on this side. Okay. That's 2. That's 1. Okay. There we go. Man, I want to do weird stuff. I would love to run, for the channel, I would love to run a Gorka Morka campaign. Just on the topic of models and whatnot. Because Gorka Morka is cool. For anyone who does not know, Gorka Morka, picture Mad Max with 40k orcs, and that's Gorka Morka. I'm going to have to hunt down the books for it, though, because Games Workshop hasn't actually printed them in a very, very long time. Gorka Morka is really cool, though, so I wish they would. It's filed alongside Battlefleet Gothic as things that I think were some of their better ideas that they just haven't done anything with. Alright. I really wish they would. Battlefleet Gothic is super cool, too. I think Battlefleet Gothic is even good for a naval miniatures game, not just like a sci-fi tabletop game. It's cool. I'm going to try and steal mechanics from it and use it for something else. I mean, they're going to waste just sitting in 40k's vault anyway. Models are hard to get a hold of for Battlefleet Gothic now, though. I did see some people 3D printing them on like Etsy or something, though. That might actually be a good way to get a hold of them if Games Workshop's not going to print more. I think those ones were still printed in metal, though, so I kind of do want to track down at least a couple original ships. I like metal models. I know there's a big thing about it within hobby circles of the plastic models, both because they're cheaper and they're easier to modify, which I think is fair. I like the metal models, though. I like the heft. I like the idea that I could throw that at someone and it would hurt. So I'm a little sad they moved away from them. But that being said, I do appreciate that they are easier to work with, so it is what it is. Also cheaper. That's a huge bonus. Actually being able to afford the models when they're $40 instead of $80 a piece. Gorka Morka shouldn't be too bad. For Gorka Morka, the hard part is getting the books, and even then, like, I'm pretty sure people have uploaded them as PDFs, so I can just hunt those down. It's not that big a deal, but Gorka Morka just uses regular orc models. Or I guess more accurately, I can just use regular orc models, because I believe they did release, not I believe they did release specific Gorka Morka models back when it came out, in, I think it was a late 90s product. I'd have to look it up again. It's not recent. at all. It's a pretty old product. I just can't remember quite how old it is. But let me see here. Yep, like that. Right? Yeah. There we go. That pivots. That's a piece of. Oh, it's the torso. Okay. It's a piece of the torso. What was I saying? So you go like this. That means you're probably shoulder or related to the shoulders anyway, at the very least. Yeah, Gorkamorka can just use regular orc models. And it's fun because it, at least from my understanding, it encourages kit bashing anyway. So you can take just car kits and orcify them. And I've seen some pretty fun stuff done for Gorkamorka in that regard. It's a really neat game. A lot of people end up like I say a lot of people. I haven't known people that actually played the game. I've just seen like a campaign. But I've known people that have done crazy stuff where they build like boats with wheels and then they run them as their tracks. It's a good time. Gorkamorka's cool, and they should bring it back. And they've been busy putting out like what Necromunda and Kill Team stuff instead. So yeah, I keep asking for Battlefleet Gothic, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna make Necromunda, and then we're gonna do Kill Team, and we're gonna do Aeronautica Imperialis, and we're gonna do Titanicus. We're just gonna release every single weird, like skirmish-based, vehicular-based thing other than our capital ships." I'm like, why? Why would you do this? Your capital ships are very cool. You should focus on them more. People like those, I think. I like them anyway. That said, Aeronautica Imperialis actually looks very fun, and I need to finish putting together. I have one of the starter sets for it. Came with a couple Imperial Navy ships and a couple of Tau ships. Right? Yes, it was Tau and Imperial Navy. I kind of picked it up partially because it was a chance for me to get a hold of some of the really cool ships I like from 40K without spending the obscene amount of money on the models that aren't actually worth the money they cost. Yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at them. I think they were called Thunderbolts. It's I really like it. I think they're really cool looking. It's basically a very cut and dry Imperium dogfighter, but I think they look really, really cool. But the models were in like I think it was like the $200 range, either like $150 range, something like that, and it's just not worth it for the advantage you get on the battlefield. They are way overpriced, and they were way overpriced because they were Forge World models. They were resin models that were from their like specialty line. From my understanding, they got rid of Forge World now, and the Forge World models are just part of the regular site now. I don't know if that's correct or not because I haven't really been paying attention. Stopped paying attention a while ago. I kind of stopped paying attention after they started attacking YouTubers and whatnot so that they could boost the need for their subscription service. Did not like that. But regardless. Aeronautica Imperialis looks fun because it's one of the only, I guess not that I've looked into a huge ton of them, but it's the only dogfighting tabletop game I've seen that actually takes altitude into, oh, that was weird. That takes altitude into account. So you've got an altitude tracker on the bases of your aircraft. You got altitude and velocity and whatnot. It's really neat. Or not velocity. I'm thinking of a different, right? Hold up. Yes. You've got altitude and you've got speed. Ooh. Whoops. It's really interesting. I forget how everything lines up with each other because it's been a little bit since I actually looked at the rule set. What I do remember is they've got maneuvers, and each ship is capable of doing certain maneuvers, and then when you go into your movement, oh, now it wants me to use that other runner is coming right back out. Not that one. That one. Let me go ahead and just snip apart some of this here. Yeah, there we go. But Aeronautica Imperialis is in atmosphere combat. And I would like large-scale space. Still looks cool, though. I am still excited to eventually put those together. I've got way too many things that I need to put together. I got a pile of Gundam kits. I got, the Erica Imperialis stuff that I haven't put together. I've got the Marvel Crisis Protocol stuff. I still have some Imperium Tempestus or Imperial Shock Troopers, I think they have also been referred to as. And I gotta put those together still. So I'm glad to be getting some of that done here today. Because I don't take enough time to work on these. I really do enjoy it. I just don't take enough time to work on it. Okay, this is one of the ones where it matters which angle I put them on. And that is the correct angle. Cool, awesome. I'm gonna need... Oh, these are both from the A runner, okay. A and D1. I think that is... Yeah, that's you. What a tiny piece. See, tiny pieces like this always scare me a little bit. Partially because they're going to be some of the more fragile pieces, but also partially because I don't want to drop this. I really, really don't want to have to try and find this if I drop it. That's going to be a nightmare. So it's that and the A runners, these guys. That is the dummy piece. This, oh, this, I think? That one? No, I was right the first time. 14, yeah, it was right the first time. There we go. Nice. Nice. Plastic clipping ASMR, I guess. Need the bunny. Where is A9? Oh, there you are. That took me a minute. Oh, see, this one's even worse. This one I'm super scared at. Look how small this piece is. And it's held on by, like, really thick parts. I am so concerned about messing this up while trying to clip it out. Oh, dear. Concerned about it flying away once I get this last piece off. There we go. Okay, that one wasn't a concern. Whew. This is going to be a pain to work with, but that is okay. Yeah, these kits have kind of small bits. Not good for smaller children. I don't think any model kit is good for smaller children, mind you, but not good for smaller children nor possibly larger hands. To be fair, I have known someone who doesn't build. I know someone who's a Gunpla builder who only builds the master grade kits, because the master grades are in 1/100th scale instead of the 1/144th scale, and he just has big hands, so he has a hard time manipulating the smaller pieces. It's unfortunate, though, because they're like twice the cost, typically. Or at least from what I've seen, they're like twice the cost. A lot of the master grade kits I've seen are like at least 40. Where I can get high grade kits for like 20. To be fair, I've seen high grade kits that go a lot more than that too. So the typical high grade kit I see is within the $20 to $40 range, I want to say. And then there are a couple outliers that are sitting at like $80, $70. So things like the Bound Dock is one of those. The Bound Dock and the Byrelent. And for them, I think it's just a matter of they're bigger, so they're more expensive. Because those are very big suits. To be fair, I think one was also a premium Bandai kit, and so that gives it an extra price tag to it. Speaking of P Bandai kits, I still really want to get a hold of the Ifrit Jaeger, which is one of the Code Fairy suits they did. The Ifrit Jaeger's cool. It has basically a giant Dragunov, and it has a Heat Kukri. And I think that's very cool. I think it's a neat mobile suit, so I would like to acquire that one. There it is. Almost lost it on top of the pink of this single panel. That's funny. Let's get you all fixed up nice and pretty. This came out actually pretty good, so we don't need to do too much to it, luckily, but still have a little bit of excess material to scrape away. There we go. That's not bad. Oh, I forgot to do this piece. Whoops. Okay, we got one more piece to get through before we can assemble this part. All right. There we go. Oh yeah, I'll have to do the camphor next time though. Or I should say next on the line after I'm done with this. I want to finish this one up first, but then I should get to the camphor. Because my poll, I only got 2 votes on the poll. But the poll ended up split 50-50. I guess it's really easy with 2 votes, right? But still, like, it made it tricky. Because I looked at it and I'm like, oh great, now what? And the answer was coin flip. I went ahead and just did a coin flip. See, that's the stuff I'm scared of. for which kit to build, and it came up with this one. So I really want to build my camper though, so we're gonna have to do that right after this build. Move on to the camper, because that's one of my favorite mobile suits. I've been excited to put that together for a long time, but I can wait a little bit longer. I probably wouldn't get it done at all if I weren't doing it on here, to be fair. I just never really seem to find the time to work on that kind of stuff. Okay. That is in now. So that's the torso. Woo. It's like the rib cage area. Now we're gonna work on the lower portion of the torso, like gets more of the stomach sort of area. Let me see. I need A and D runners. It's that piece, isn't it? 8, 8, yep. Let's go ahead. Where do you go? Oh, this is the back. Okay. Now I remember. I remember from the last kit. So these are... Kits like this tend to be... Or not tend to be. Kits like this are very similar to each other. Kind of use the same basic molds for most of the body shape. Which makes sense. It's smart. 5, so it wants this one. The result is, since I built one already, I have some understanding of sort of process I'm going through here. I say some because I don't really remember it perfectly. There we go. I did put that last kit together kind of a while back at this point. I'm going to need the other one soon anyway. Let me set it to the side though so I don't get them mixed up. There I am trying to pull things off camera again. It'd be best if we didn't do that. Yeah, well, you're getting set aside so I don't mix you two up because you look almost the same. Alright. And D2. D. Two? Two. Yep. There's probably another piece to the back, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Again, another very small piece for me to have to worry about accidentally breaking. That's not good. There we go. That should be it for this little segment here. Go ahead and grab a drink real quick. Okay. Let's get back to it. Oh, wait. Oh, whoops. I forgot to finish this. Whoops. Okay, let's back up real quick because I should have finished assembling that first. A10, yep. A10 Warthog. Which that reminds me, I've been looking at Halo stuff again recently. Man, I want to go back and play the Halo games. I haven't played all the Halo games. And that is something that still bothers me. I have played Halos 1, 3, ODST, Reach, and 4. I have somehow not played Halo 2. And that bothers me. That bothers me a lot. So I need to go back and actually play Halo 2. So it's a bit weird. That's the one game I've managed to miss. It's actually not that weird, come to think of it, because the reasons for that make sense. I knew somebody who really liked Reach, so they lent me their copy of Reach. So that was the first one I actually played, and then I had a friend whose favorite was 3, and he played the 3 campaign through with me. So we played it co-op all the way through, and then Combat Evolved I bought for myself. So when I sat down and actually started buying parts of the series myself, I started with the first game. So the intent was to go back to the first game, buy that, play through that, and then go track down the second game for myself and play through that. And I just never ended up getting past the part of by actually tracking down the second game. So that is why I have not played Halo 2. Why did I play 4? I think 4 was lent to me. Why was 4 lent to me? That needs to be cut, right? Yes. 4... I think 4 was lent to me alongside ODST. I liked ODST. I don't know how good it is as a port, but I do have the Master Chief Collection on Steam now because it was on sale. So I now own 1 through Reach, which includes 2 and ODST and all that. I think it includes ODST anyway. I'm going to have to double check that one. Specifically, I'm going to have to double check ODST. I know for sure it comes with the rest. You can play Wars at some point as well. I've heard mixed things about that. I think they're neat. Even if they're, like, regardless of whether or not they're good, I think they're neat. But I've heard conflicting reports on whether or not they're actually good games. I feel like in reality you can say that for a lot of games, though. See, this one's tricky to get how I want it to because of both the texture of the plastic and the curvature. It's very curved. A little tricky to do what I want to. Whew. Okay. That should be good. Okay. Did I do this? No. Smooth you out. Better. Better. That's an actual smooth edge. We like smooth edges. I'm really excited to get back to Granblue Relink as well. I'm also really excited to be building this. This makes me very happy. But I've been struggling to decide whether or not I want to just continue playing it myself or keep playing it on stream. Because the thing is, if I start playing it on my own, I'm not going to go back to streaming it. I don't want to... Oh, well, you know what? I might stream, like, the multiplayer stuff, but I don't want to be streaming something story-based, play it for myself farther, and then come back to everyone being, like, you know, an hour later from the last point in the story that they tuned in at. I don't want to do that. So if I start playing Relink on my own, that's it. I'm just gonna be playing it on my own from there on out. So it's a bit of a struggle to decide what I want to do with that, because I'm not completely sure I want to just wait till I can stream it to play through it either. I want to actually play it. So that's fun. Let's see. You go in like so. Right there? Yes, right there. Awesome. This is why we just went ahead and cut off the other bit, because it's the other side of the back. So the majority of the back is done. But before I get any further, let me actually finish working on this. You go like that. And like that. This is the neck. Let's go ahead and get you in there. All right. Now we actually finished the step we started on. I'm tempted to actually go ahead and just... Yeah, I can totally just go ahead and put this on now. Whee! Because the next time... Or are you already on? Oh. Oh yeah, that's already on. I was waiting for like a click. But no, that just slid into place pretty nicely there. Alright, awesome. Ooh, whoops. Sometimes articulation is fun. Okay. Particularly when there's multiple points of articulation on something like a head joint, and then you decide you're going to keep messing with it, and then... Or like a neck joint, I mean. We're going to stop fiddling with that before we make things really weird and awkward. Okay. Whee! That is a fun bit of articulation. Let's put you to the side now that we've got, and just... Weird severed head. Or severed torso. No longer severed head. Now it is merely severed torso. Let's go ahead. Find which pieces we need here. B3. B3 and B3. Okay? Where's my B? There is my B. 5, 3. There we go. Ooh. Let's go ahead and clip out you guys. There we go. 1 out. And 2 is out. Okay. I probably don't need to worry about that piece being separated. Let me go ahead, finish this up though, and then we can go ahead and place these in. We're actually making pretty good progress, all things considered. A lot faster progress than we were on that Zaku. Which should be unsurprising because, as I mentioned before, these are pretty simple kits in comparison. So my hope is that I can get this done in 2 sessions. Where's the bit that I need to carve? I cannot... Ah! That's what I was worried about. Okay, luckily that one didn't stray too far. I can't find the bit where it was connected to the runners. Interesting. That's good. I'm not complaining about that at all. Okay. Which one where I need to pay attention? Is this the spine? These are just more joints. So you need to be facing upward. Connect you. Blah. Okay. This one needs to be facing downward. Let's go ahead and connect you. Okay. These are going to be where the torso and I guess pelvis more or less connects to. We need to carve you down still. Anatomy. Mammatomical. Whatever's, yeah. Okay. That's good. That is good. Good, yep. Oh, nice. I forget. Were we there for you picking this one up? I don't recall. Yeah, I've had this one sitting on a shelf for far too long. Also, sorry if that message came in earlier and I didn't notice. I have been staring at pieces. I need to remember to glance up a little bit more often. But yeah, she's been sitting on a shelf for far too long, so I am glad to get to her. The poll was a bit undecisive. I don't know if you saw that. My poll ended in a 50-50 split, but the coin made its decision, and the coin decided we are building Gorl instead of Robot. Am I mildly saddened by this? I put it on the poll, so like, if I was, I have no right to be, so. I just really want to build my camphor. But it's fine. I can build that next time. I'm going to work on that after this is finished. Which this... I'm trying to decide if we can finish this. Absolutely, she is very cute. I have no idea if they technically consider them sisters or not, but I like her sister. I also enjoy the chibis in the instructions. They are quite cute. A15 and 7. Runner with all the pink. That's where I need to go. 7 is you. But yeah, because the other one has white hair, and I like that. That one I built first for myself. That one I actually ended up buying 2 for reasons. We might see the reasons. I think I already talked about the reasons, but whether or not we see the reasons depends on if the reasons actually work how I hope they do. We will have to see on that. Where is Tummy? There is Tummy. So I'm just going to cut out Tummy because we're going to need that immediately after these 2 anyway. No point in waiting on that for too long. Oh yeah, but like my plans for the other kit, it's not going to show up for a while anyway, regardless. If it works how I want it to, awesome. But even then, I want to get like an airbrush and stuff before actually committing to that project. So that is a ways off. I grabbed I grabbed the materials I needed for the project while I was there and they were there, so that I could put them on a shelf for a very long time. Same thing with my Goof custom kit. That's gonna stay on a shelf for a long time. I want to take that one very seriously, but I currently lack the tools to do so. So we'll see. And airbrushes are not cheap either. I absolutely think it would be worth it for me, but they're just not cheap. It would allow me to do so much of what I want to be doing, though. Same with 3D printer. I need to get to that. I very much would like a 3D printer. And I will use it for creating my own minis. My own minis and things. Which I am quite excited about. I just need to do some research on which 3D printer to get. I know next to nothing about them on a technical level. I know what they do. I don't know anything about the particular models. Which would be, I think, kind of important for picking one. But yeah, I got a bunch of custom minis and things I would like to make. Guess that means I gotta look into 3D modeling too, right? Because I think that's how you get the sculpts for the 3D printer in the first place. So that'll be fun. It'll be an adventure. It'll be a learning process. Learning process that I cannot go on right now because I don't have one anyway, so. Speaking of learning processes, though, I gotta do more with Live 2D. Speaking of which, I gotta get that model running. I should try and do that before. Do I have time before? If I have time before tomorrow's stream, I really need to see if I can get my model running. It's really just a matter of figuring out how to set up VTube Studio again because I haven't done that in a while. And of course, making sure it'll run. It should run fine alongside the capture. But I gotta test it first regardless. I'm not working on top-end hardware. So I just gotta make sure. I have Potato PC. I also have Potato next to Potato PC. I don't know if I've shown off Potato Plush, but I have Potato Plush. That is not flush. I do not. There we go. That's better. No, it's not. There we go. Got it. Oh, there we go. You know what's really clever, by the way? I enjoy this. So we've got different pieces with different colors, so any sort of seam, it doesn't matter. There's already a visual distinction, so the seam is kind of lost in the design, and I think that that is clever. You go here like so. That's something I like with a lot of like Gunpla kits, a lot of like Mech Girl kits. They all do stuff like that. And I think it's cool using like the different panel lines and whatnot. See what I mean? Like you can, whoop, I didn't have that perfectly flush. Now I do. You've got the different seams are in line with like texture changes and patterns and whatnot so that they get not lost exactly, but the distinction between parts is already clear within visual design, so the distinction of parts does not detract from the visual design. And I quite like that. I think that that is quite cool. All right, moving on. We're back to bee runners now. Ooh. Can I? Yes, I can. We might actually be able to finish her in one go. That would be pretty awesome. There we go. Woo. Well, her body's mostly done. We need to put the, again, I guess, pelvis together. And then we can move on to limbs, which is very cool. 7, 8, 6, and 5. Okay. 6, 5. Where are 7 and 8? 7, 8. Okay, cool. Snip. It shouldn't take more than an hour or two. Yes, but I file down all my parts, and it tends to extend the amount of time it takes for me to finish things. I get like really picky about trying to get all the little excess plastic removed and clean things up as much as I possibly can. But yes, these shouldn't take more than an hour, really. I still need to look into the naming, but I still have a feeling that ideally they're not supposed to take longer than 30 minutes based on the fact that they're called 30-minute sisters. Because I have no idea why else they would be called that, but it's gonna take me more than 30 minutes. I do hope I can finish, because the awkward thing is gonna be already at this pace that I'm going at. If I end up having to do another stream to finish it up, that's not gonna be a full stream anyway, because I am almost down to just the limbs as is. Limbs should be pretty quick too. From what I remember of the first one I put together, the limbs are pretty simple. So they should snap together without too much problem. Yeah, you're good to go. Should also be good to go. I don't remember where the runner went for this one. Right there. That actually is a pretty clean break. So we're going to leave this as is. This is going to be an internal part anyway. None of these are going to be visible. Well, this I think is going to be a little bit visible, but the rest of these shouldn't be. So we don't have to be as picky with it. As long as it's smooth and doesn't risk gunking up articulation, then it will be good enough. I don't like that, so we're gonna work on that. Got my gamer subs next to me to help me wake up, and I've had like 3 sips of it. So yeah, that's certainly doing its job. I should have just made tea. That's why I shouldn't buy these actually, because I don't drink them. I've got like 2 tubs, and they just sit there because I go, yeah, I'm just gonna make tea or coffee. I prefer tea or coffee. Also, because one of these shakers makes 3 servings, and that's a lot. It's enough for like a whole day. I don't like filling up a shaker like halfway full either. I think that looks stupid. So I'm gonna fill it up all the way if I'm gonna use it. Okay. Whoa. I would like to not keep dropping things. That would be nice. Okay. Start here. We're going to do. I gotta remember which piece is which here. So you go first. I think. Yes, you go first. There we go. And then you go. Oh, that doesn't want to go flush. Oh no. There's not a good position to put pressure on it because it's all smaller parts. Ah. We're gonna have to figure this out, I guess. Come on. Come on. We're slowly getting some progress on it. That's good, but it's still not properly flush. That's gonna really bother me if I can't get that. There we go. Okay. Whew. That was gonna bug me. How come that one can move more than this one can? Huh. That one's getting stopped there. You're not getting stopped on anything. Weird. Weird. Okay. Not important. Let's go ahead. Mistimed pop, but that's fine. Yeah, I think we got that right. Look at that. Yeah, that looks about right. Oh, it kind of gets lost on camera, huh? With the white on white. Oh well. So everything else is on A. There's A. Whoops. I hit my camera. And everything else would be these. 4 and 3. That's 4 and 3. Yep, so these. And 2. Why are there 2 of these? I'm not sure why they're... Oh, I see. I see. This one's got a slight flare to it. So that is... That looks like it's meant for, like, sitting position. Okay, got it. Figured it out. So we need you. All right. Then we need you. Almost knocked something over there. Whoops. Let's go. Just 3. 3 is supposed to go on that side. Oh, that shouldn't be too hard to figure out how that's supposed to go, actually. Good, 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 good. Let's keep on moving with this. Nah. What's the best angle to approach this? Maybe... There we go. Did it again. Should put this... I'm going to put this down. That almost just zoomed away. That would have been very unfortunate. Okay. Where were the... Right there, okay. This one shouldn't be too bad to clean up, actually. I'm having a hard time finding where I clipped it off of the runners, which means that it probably looks perfectly fine. There's the other one. Just go ahead, get that all cleaned up. Last one clipped off real nice, actually, so we just need a little bit of a dig in there. Okay. I'm gonna have to invest in some files. Okay. Ah! Stop that. We don't like that. You have to advance, and invest in a desk lamp as well. Yikes. Yeah, that actually looks okay. I don't like you. I'm worried about how well you're gonna click in with the other ones with that there. So let's just go ahead, trim that up. Oh, that's really bad. Let me actually see if I can't just... It's definitely going to interfere with it actually clicking into place. Okay, we're going to have to take the knife. You can see that I've got... I don't know if you can, how well you can see that, but I've got a noticeable little excess right there. So, cut off pretty nicely, but that definitely would have interfered with the piece being able to sit flush. So, dealt with that. Woo. Just gotta check everything else, make sure this is ready to go. Yeah, that should be good. These sit how? Like that? Whoop. If I don't launch them across the room. Yeah, okay, so these sit like... I think that's right, but it doesn't want to go on. Ooh, so that's... That should be right. That looks right. Do I have it backwards? Yeah, I had it backwards somehow. Huh. Weird. Oh, I must have flipped around the skirt segment by accident. That explains that. There we go. Now we get this on... Whoops. Here, like this. Okay. And now this can, whoops, get messed up because I pushed on it weird. Okay. Then this goes in like this. And now I am kind of worried about... Okay, cool. Okay. Oof. Worried me for a second. But that went on pretty smoothly. Ah, whoops, 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 whoops. I don't want to do that. It's going to make it hard to get the legs on. Okay. Yeah, I should not be messing around too much with that. Anyways, well, now the whole main body's done. Nice. Now it's just on to the limbs. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Move on to step 2. Step 2 is going to be arms. Okay, can I get this to sit? I think I'm going to be able to get this to sit flat. Oh, okay, that works. Kind of want this. I'm going to have to look into that. Anyways. Oh, wait, okay, I mean... this... Trying to figure out how to optimize my space consumption. I guess this is the best way to optimize space consumption. That is not particularly optimal. There we go, that'll work. That will work. Okay. Moving on to D again. It's going to be one flesh. Yep. No. D7, 3, and 5. Oh, good. Both of these pieces are 7. So these are interchangeable. I felt like it actually snapped off already. There we go. 7, 3. These aren't interchangeable because that's 3 and that's 4. They are 2 different numbers. And 5. 5 and 6 are also different numbers, interestingly enough. Okay. 5 extracted. All right. The other parts are on E, so let's just put this aside for now. So I want to figure out which one E is. E is more white pieces. Okay. Yeah, actually, I should have realized that because it's all white. All right. Let's go ahead. Trim you. Yep, good. Trim you. Good to go. Yeah, that's good to go. This piece is a little small. It's hard for me to see where I need to work on it. That needs to be worked on just a little bit. Okay, should be good. It's another joint piece. So as long as it is able to stay flush, that's really all that matters there. That shouldn't be there. Speaking of keeping things flush. So let's take care of that. Trim that. And that's all 3 of those pieces. So we're going to go ahead, get this, which direction? Right like that. Okay, cool. Then you go on like so. Yeah, like so. Oh, if it wants to get on. Little pieces are always tricky to get where they need to be. Come on. Put you down first. Oh, no, there it goes. I should have seen that coming. Oh, cool. It's good. It's good now. Now it is flush. Put you back. There we go. Oh, I should have done that first anyway, because it's supposed to go like that. Oh, me being smart. Okay. E... E... E which? E1, 3, and 5. There we go. So 1 and 3. And you see just how simple these arms are in a second, too. We've already got the shoulder done. 1, 3. And where's 5? Oh, look, shoes. There's 5. Oh, 5 is another generic part. Nice. We do enjoy sneakers. These are basically sneakers. Sneakers are nice. I need to get better at drawing sneakers because sneakers are weirdly complicated to draw. It's just a lot of there's a lot of lines. There's a lot of lines on a pair of sneakers. To be fair, I need to draw more in general. I don't really draw anywhere near as much as I should be. Oh. We might actually have to... Well, no, I got a little bit left. Okay. I'm worried about time. I got a little bit of time left, though. So... But I would like to hurry it along a little bit. I don't want to risk running out of time. I got other stuff to do after this, so I got to make sure not to run too long. But I can probably keep going for another a little over half an hour. Another 40 minutes. So hopefully that's enough time to get this wrapped up. In theory, it should be. But again, I get picky and try to carefully fine-tune my parts, which makes this take longer, obviously. Man, I need to play more Black Desert. Yeah, I know, completely random statement there, but... You know, Nani in chat reminds me, but also just the idea of like meticulously micromanaging something also reminds me. I'm working on building a ship in Black Desert, and it's just it's going well. I just haven't been on. So I'm sure my workers are well done with the tasks I gave them, and I need to set them up working on more tasks so that I can actually get my ship and not have it take months to do. Because they have to dedicate a lot of time into working on that ship. Yeehaw! Yeah! We gotta do some... it is going well. It genuinely is. I've managed to get a lot of the resources I need. Again, I need to actually work on it, because I can gather all the resources I need. If I don't work on it, it doesn't matter. Also, we need to do fishing still. There we go. Arm is just about done. Oh, I need C. Where are my C? There are my C. C1. Are these all one? No, they are not all one. Well, of course they're not all one because some of them have hard points. Anywho, let's snip out one of the ones. No, no. Let me acquire you. Trim down you. Alright. There we go. What? Oh, there we go. I see it now. Let me just... This is actually an exterior piece, so this is one of the ones I get more picky with. Which is unfortunate because it's one of the more difficult ones to work with. Okay. Let's go ahead. There we go. Now let's just get the hand on there. Which parts are the hand parts? They're on the B runner. Okay. Just gonna set you aside for now because we're gonna need you again soon. I don't know which hand part I want to use. Let's use 14 for now. So B12, 24. One of the big ones. Yes. 12, 24, 14. Okay. Since we got 14 already identified, you know, I'm just going to cut out both. So I know the difference between left and right hand. At least I hope I know the difference between left and right hand. Okay. So right hand. And left hand. And now we need 20, 21, 27, 25, 4, 3. Ah, there we go. 20 and 21. Is that a set for each hand? That's 6 sets. We get 3. Oh, yeah, so it is. Nice. I am not going to assemble every single hand part today for the sake of saving time. I will do that off camera. Unless, of course, I end up with extra time, and then in case, of course, I absolutely will, but I don't suspect I'll actually have extra time to do that. Again, if we do, I totally will, but... Let's set aside the left hand for now. We don't need that at the moment. I'm gonna need it soon, though. Oh, you know what? She'd be really fun to do battle damage work on. Like battle damage and weathering work on, because it's white. And white shows dirt very well. Be a fantastic base to work with. Now I want a second one. I want to leave this one stock, but I want a second one to do some battle damage work on. Might do that, might not. It's tempting. Probably won't. Let's just go ahead. Okay. Should be good. These parts are scary to work with. Look how small they are. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. Just a little bit. Okay. And these two just go together like so, right? Yeah, you just go together like so. I didn't do a good enough job cleaning up there. Does it matter which side is which? I don't think it does. These look like they end up pretty much symmetrical, yeah. Oop. Let's get you attached, preferably without breaking fingers. Oh, that was really easy, actually. Awesome. Okay. And then you pop. All right. That is right arm completed. Oh. Let's go ahead. Just attach you right away here. Ah, there we go. Wee. Okay. Back to your corner. As we continue on with the next part. Now we build the left arm. 6, 4, and 7. 6. 7. Oh, yeah, that already detached itself. Nice. And 4. There it is. Nah, I should cut the other one off first. That works. Okay. You know, I kind of want to show off a Megami device kit at some point as well, but those are more expensive. Pretty sure I talked about this before too, but Megami device versus one of these is the Megami device kit I got, I think was like $50-$60. This one was like 20. So it's big difference in price between the two. There were some really interesting things with the Megami device kit I built, though. Well, I say built. I never went back and built her weapons. I just built the girl. I still need to do that. It's kind of weird that I haven't gone back and finished that, honestly. That was a really good kit, though. I enjoyed building that a lot. It's more complicated than this. Also, some of the parts were actually harder to get flush, which was a little bit annoying. They looked fantastic when you did, but I did have a hard time getting some of those to actually sit flush. Okay. Stay. Let's go ahead, connect to these two together. Slide you on up. Chink. Okay. Go get my E's. Just like last time. We need... It's probably 2 and 4, right? Yeah. 2, 4, 5. Yep. You know, the only other pieces that look like arms. Two, and then the other 5, yeah. Yeah. Just finish. Well, we're getting close. Getting close. Just got legs and some gear after this. Oh, and feet. Oh wait, no, legs are part of feet. I mean, feet are part of legs. Reverse it. It's the opposite of what I just said. Gotta clean these up like we've been doing. I don't want to leave big ol' gross splotches of it doesn't look as nice. It doesn't look as nice with them. I want to get rid of them. There we go. Better. Moving on. Yeesh. That is sticking out. That is ugly. Wait, no, that's part of the build. Never mind. Never mind. We almost made a big mistake on that one. That one's supposed to be there. That is the other worry about doing this. You gotta make sure you know what you're looking at. Sometimes I do have to double check. I have had times where it's like the bit looks like one of the points where it snaps into another piece. So I've had to double check the pictures in the booklet and make sure what I'm looking at is actually a bit that shouldn't be there, and then clip them after that. Because that is devastating. I don't think I've ever actually messed up a kit doing that so far, but it's a bit of a risk. Okay, for me, I was about to do that wrong anyway. It's a good thing I dropped that part. Ugh. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. We need this first. Ah! You're dropping more things. I am not happy about that. This time I knocked over a Figma, which is scary because those are expensive. I got that one on sale, but it was still expensive. The arms will be done soon. That's good. Got too much off there. I'm getting a little too zealous. I need to do more with visual effects, with weathering. Really just weathering. Because weathering is fun. But that's what my 40K models are for. Really, I should be doing it to my gunpla and whatnot too, but not necessarily these. I don't think these need weathering. I think it'd be fun to do some weathering on some of them, but man, they don't need it. That's not the point of kits like these. Would be fun though, so I might have to get some extras to do some weird stuff with like that. Okay. B. There we go. Oop. Let's go ahead. Get you guys out. Get another set of you. Another set of you to get my hands in place. My other hand in place, really, I guess I should say. Yeah, don't need to be too picky. Where'd he go? I don't see it. There it is. I don't need to be as picky with these because they are largely not going to be front and center. They're just joint pieces. They get hidden in the mix. This, though, I forget if I cleaned this up. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Yeah, I'm not so sure. That's not good, though. Yeah, I don't think I cleaned this one up already. Okay, that'll work. And then you go in here. And that's both the arms done. Whoops. On to the legs. Probably have some equipment we need to work on once everything's done here, but we are very close to being complete. You can see how those arms are pretty simple. The legs don't get too much more complicated than that either. These are, as I've said before already, these are pretty simple builds, and I do appreciate that. They're good, fun builds. Just quick, easy. You know, sometimes you want something that's a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more complex. These are not those. These are when you want to just have something fun. Oh, hello. I was talking silently earlier because I was in class with the stream muted. Well, thank you for being in class and watching anyway. I appreciate that. It's good to know I have people actually viewing. Oh boy, does that mean my two viewers that aren't me are Nani and Clipsy? Oh boy, yeah, that would do it. Which class is it? But yeah, I got my stream up and I'm peeking at my own numbers every now and then just to see. And I'm sitting at 3. And I'm one of those. I'm one of those 3. I'm pretty sure. So I've actually just got 2. That means I know who the 2 is. Which is pretty funny. I think this is my, funny enough too, I think this is my best record so far in terms of consistent viewership on a stream. I saw it dip down to 2 at one point, but it's been sitting at 3 like the whole time. So, woo, usually I have like, none. I have streamed to none before. That was actually the Grand Blue stream. It was to none until Junie showed up. You can see that in the VOD if you go. This is probably not a good thing either, but if you look back at the VOD, I've streamed to nuns. Boy, that would be interesting. No, this is one of those things I gotta work on, though. If you look back at the VOD for the Grand Blue Fantasy Relink stream, I get more talkative as soon as Junie shows up. There's like a clear point. I remember what time it was. I don't remember how long into the stream it was. I think I started 9:30 like usual. She showed up like 10:30, so it's like an hour into the stream where I pick up on conversation because that's when Junie showed up. And before that, there was nobody else in stream at all, which is, I do think, a me problem. I do think I need to get better at kind of talking to nobody in the interim, just in case somebody wanders in. because if somebody wanders in and I'm just... What's going to happen is they're going to wander out. Let's not say it was completely dead either, but still, it would have been better. Be 27, 26. There we go. It would have been better to have be a bit more talkative, I think. I just need to work on what to actually say half the time. Which, you know, having even one person is very helpful with. It gives me something to actually say. Instead of just trying to figure out what to say. And I need to remember to keep my hands under the camera. Maybe I should just work on the camera placement. So that I have less of an inclination to be over here and more of an inclination to be right here if I just bring this camera back more. That is a thing for a future me to consider. Of course, I think having a better desk space would encourage all of that too. Oh, I got a nun in Granblue. Not Granblue. I got a nun in Blue Archive, though. Did you see that? I have one of the nuns. My Blue Archive rolls the other day were insane. I have never rolled that well in that game before. I don't know what was up with it. And the best part was I didn't even get the banner character. Yeah, so that's abnormal. I did a lot of rolls, right? But having that many 3 stars, I don't think I've ever had consecutively like that. That was crazy. I had, like, back-to-back 5-star hits. 3-star hits, excuse me. They just go up to 3 stars in that one. It's absolute insanity. I have never gotten that much luck before. And I even got the character I wanted. By the way, she had a 0.5% drop rate on that banner. So I really wasn't actually expecting to get her off that banner. I was very happy. And that was boosted. I don't know why she was boosted. She wasn't the, like, focal character. No, the focal characters have, like, what was it, like a 2% drop rate or something? And yeah, I got a whole bunch of these characters that weren't the boosted characters. I think it's really interesting she was minorly boosted the way she was. I really don't know why. My best guess... Well, I don't know about that. I was about to say my best guess is because she's another swimsuit character, so she's boosted a little bit with the banner that has another swimsuit character, but I don't know why she specifically would be boosted when none of the other, like, swimsuit girls were. I really don't know. I don't know, but I'm not going to complain about it. Because it worked out in my favor. I had just been having... This is the really funny part. I had just been having a conversation about that particular character, too. I was lamenting that I missed her banner run with a friend that day. And then came back, poked around, saw that. She had that slight boost, did a bunch of rolls, and did actually get the character. Very happy. Also, the banner's reset now, so it's a different character. And I haven't logged in since. I need to figure out what the current banner is. Gacha games. They're interesting. Gotcha games can be fun. Although, you know, that does bring up a thing, right? I do actually get annoyed when I see people write off gotcha games for being gotcha, because I think that's ridiculous. I've seen people assume, like, I see this basically anytime you see a gotcha game, I see people assuming it's pay to win because it has gotcha mechanics. And it's like, you know, that's not actually always true. Like, a lot of gotcha games absolutely are, and it encourages you to roll, but, like, you know what I've noticed a lot of gotcha games have been realizing lately? People are going to whale anyway, it doesn't matter. Because a lot of them recently aren't actually pay to win at all. And of course, we also have to define what winning even is, because a lot of these games don't even have, like, PvP. So what even is winning? Because if you can complete the whole game with starter characters, it's not pay to win. If it's a single player experience. And that's the case for Genshin. Genshin is actually easy, so like playing through it with the base characters. Plus, if it gets too difficult, what you can do is you can actually just lower your world level. So you can have like end game characters and be running around at like beginning game difficulty levels. It does reduce the rewards you can get from like bosses and whatnot, but it's doable. So again, how exactly is Genshin pay to win then? If it operates like that? Well, the answer is it's not. There literally is no reason you need to spend money on the game. People spend money on the game because the only reason people are playing the game in the first place is because they think the characters are hot. So of course they're going to spend money on the characters because that's the only reason they're there. Thus, you don't even need to make the game pay to win. That being said, getting new characters is often really helpful for like the Spiral Abyss. Is this the right one? Hold on. No, that comes later. But it is the right one for later, so let's keep clipping it out anyway. It's that and that. Right. 11. Yeah, I just clipped out 11 and 10. Okay, good. Good. 11, 10, and 8. So these come later, but let's go ahead and just finish clipping them out anyway, since I already started. Girls Front Line is actually another game I've seen people write off as like pay to win or whatever, and it's like, well, what pay? There's the only thing to pay for is actually cosmetics in that one, so it's like super incorrect there. You grind for everything else. As far as characters are concerned, it's all grinding. It's these that I was looking for. But which set? 8 or 9? 8 and 9. Oh, they're the same thing. Duh. Dummy. There we go. We're getting there. I'm going to have to wrap up soon, so let's go ahead and just... Well, we're close to the end. I can probably finish up. I don't know... Actually, I don't know what else is here other than just like finishing the legs. Some of the optional pieces I'm not going to finish up today. Some of the optional stuff I'll finish up off stream just because I am starting to run tight on time, but I should be able to finish. We're down to just the last bit of this leg, and then the next leg, and then a bunch of the optional pieces. So we'll do what we can once these are done, but we will have to see what that is, you know, once we're done. Once we're done. We're working on what, the thigh right now? No, I don't think so. This is a bit blah. I just cannot keep things in my hands lately. They just keep running from me. What else is there to do? Got a whole bunch of things I should be streaming. I gotta figure out what to do with, so I picked up the Halo Master Chief Collection, and I gotta figure out what I want to do with that. I gotta figure out if I want to stream that, or make a playthrough series of that. I don't know. I do want to play through all of those, though, because Halo is cool. I do actually quite like Halo. Just something back in the day I did not expect. But then I played Halo and I went, huh, this is actually really good. These pieces are also on B. I have a feeling I don't need to explain Halo to anybody currently here in chat. Oh gosh, I wonder if there are people that are... Man, I just had a thought. Halo's kind of old at this point. There are gamers around that don't remember the launch of Halo. I wonder how they view Halo. Like, do people outside of, like, older gamers actually remember Halo now? Because they kind of killed their reputation. Like, 343 killed Halo's reputation. It went from a pillar of gaming to nobody cared anymore in a matter of 2 games. Halo 4 and Halo 5. And they regarnered some attention with Infinite, but I think a lot of damage was already done at that point. I haven't heard a lot of Infinite since. I don't know how it's currently going in terms of the multiplayer. I've actually got issues with its approach to open world game design, which I don't think is a rant I've had on here before. You saw a video that said Halo 2 is now considered vintage. That, oh, yeah, I don't... Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that at all. It was still released on the original Xbox, so, like, it's an older game. Halo 3, I think, was released on the 360, but the other 2 were original Xbox. But still, I don't know. Makes me feel old. It makes me feel old. That's why I don't like it. Gosh, that feels wrong, though. Doesn't feel like it should be vintage at all. I lost my train of thought now because of that. Thanks. Let me think. Halo 343. Yeah, but yeah, no, that's part of the problem, though, right? It is considered vintage. It's getting in that age range. It's not like the pillar of gaming it was, and like I've known people that don't play older games because they can't do the graphics of older games, which is very upsetting to me. So like, you look at original Halo, those were original Xbox graphics. Which is upsetting though, because the remake, remaster, the stuff 343 did for it, I don't like. So it's like, oh yeah, the newer generation that hates old graphics, they're probably going to be playing on the 343 graphics that I genuinely don't like. I don't like what they did visually with it. I think it looks better, like for, what is it, the Anniversary Edition, I think it was? that lets you swap between the two graphic styles, the 343 graphic style and the original graphic style. The original graphics look better. Well, the detailing in the remastered graphics are better, but the game does not look better. They ruined the aesthetics. I really don't like what 343 did with the original Halo look. It just looks wrong. And they killed the lighting. They destroyed the lighting. They upped the brightness on everything, and the result is, why do I still have a flashlight then? And it ruins the I don't remember the name of like any of the missions, but it ruins the flood mission. The library, I think it was. I don't remember if that's the name of the mission or not, but it's in the library. Because it's supposed to be dark. And it's so bright. It just doesn't work anymore. Leg. That's something I've seen with a lot of like remasters and stuff too, is they just up brightness and whatnot. They like rebalance the lighting, and it's like, don't do that, because this game was supposed to be dark. It's like, you're trying to make me see all the details that you changed. Meanwhile, I'm not supposed to be able to see. That's why they gave me a flashlight. And I don't get why people don't get that. Like, if you felt like visually it was still too much, then buff the flashlight. That's why it's in the game. Game devs somehow have never figured out that making graphics better is not the same thing as changing the art visual style. Yeah. And it drives me crazy. Especially with Halo, because, like, it really doesn't look the same. Like, they added too much greebling. Greebling? Greeblage? I think that's the right word. The random texture bits that don't actually mean anything that sci-fi uses to make things look a certain way. The I think it's the anniversary edition. I really don't remember what version it's called, but they added too much of it actually into the original Halo, and it ruins a lot of the visual design. And there's stuff like that in there. I just don't like it. I think it looked better in its original texturing. I think I remember some of the flood looking really good though, so they had that going for them. But I just wasn't a fan of what they did with it. You want to be angled like that. Yep, you want to be angled like that. You want to go in like, oh, like that. There we go. This gets inserted like so. No, this gets inserted like, what? Yeah, like that. Okay. Now we're building the thigh. And I need this. Oh, right, now I remember why there's multiple pieces. So all these pink spheres can be replaced. All these little pink discs are optional, are swappable parts. These are actually how they do those hard part points I was mentioning. See, we got the basic disc version, which just goes on smooth, like you see here. Yeah, I think these can be swapped. Yeah, these can be swapped out. But then you've got these versions that have little pegs on them. And these are what you fasten all of the optional parts and whatnot onto to allow you to do all this customization stuff. Because they all function off of just the same basic like peg system for all of their optional parts. It's fun. Yeah, but that, see, it has the version without the peg you've got on there for visual design, and then I can easily just swap that off for the one that has the peg to attach equipment to, which is cool. So they're well designed to allow for the customization they advertise, which I'm very happy about. That was part of why I bought the original kit I did. I am so scared of attaching these legs to her, though, because of the skirt piece. That skirt piece is making me nervous. That's on now, though. It's actually pretty thick and sturdy, though, so maybe I shouldn't be that worried about it. Still, I don't want to break it. I'm worried about breaking it. Ooh. Much pink. Okay, next leg. Next leg. This is going to be very straightforward here on out. So I like classic Elite designs better. I don't think 343 Elites look good. I think they look very bad. Also, little fun note, Combat Evolved is the bloodiest of the Halo games. This shouldn't actually be very surprising if you actually go back to a lot of older games. A lot of older games are bloodier than stuff that came later in certain cases, and then in Mortal Kombat that's not the case. It's actually really funny in that regard. It's like you can get away with more blood and gore, but like a lot of games ended up getting toned down later on. I think that's kind of funny. Call of Duty also is the same case. Look at World at War versus Modern Warfare 2. You know, despite Modern Warfare 2 having the no Russian mission, Modern Warfare 2 is also significantly less graphic than World at War. Honestly, in some ways, World of War probably should not be, because I distinctly remember blowing someone's arm off with an M1 Garand, and I really don't think that's possible. Like, I might be very wrong about that, but I really don't think you can do that. So, I don't know, maybe I'm incorrect. I don't exactly have a lot of field experience with an M1 Garand, so... World at War was fun. I like World at War. I like Nazi Zombies. Nazi Zombies is a lot of fun. Although I do wish I had other maps for it. If I remember correctly, the other maps were DLC. So I'm just stuck with the original map. So that's fun. I don't suppose they've remade that at any point. I did enjoy, too, though. I think it was Black Ops 2? The zombies in Black Ops. Again, I think 2, but I don't actually quite remember. You could get dual 5.7s. So I did that a lot. That was fun. I enjoyed that. 5.7 is an interesting cartridge. Seen some interesting tests with it. It just behaves weird, which should be unsurprising. There's a lot of argument over whether or not it's actually a good round. And like, I think whether or not it's a good round or not is kind of countered by the fact that it's really expensive. Even if it's a good round, it's like there's other perfectly viable rounds that are way cheaper. So I think it's just price point alone is probably just not worth actually using as a primary arm. But I don't know. I don't exactly own one. But dual 5.7s in zombies, that was a good time. And you power them up. Good time. Let's go ahead and attach. We'll attach you not upside down, ideally. There we go. Let's just go ahead and attach you as well. Let's get 27 and 26 off of my B runner. There we go. I need to get the other foot. That someone out there is gonna. Ooh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Bet someone out there is gonna disagree with me on 343's approach to elites. Oh, come on. Okay, I found it. But 343 Elite's bad. They made them clumsy and awkward and large and gross. They messed with their mandibles. I don't understand that at all. They messed with their mandibles. Why bother? What was the point? I don't get it. It was already a well-beloved design, and you went in and you changed it, and I don't see the point of, like, rearranging the mandibles, other than if you're trying to definitively differentiate the 343 era from the Bungie era, which, why? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't see the point. Picky about this, so I want that to be like that. Here we go. There it is. That's what I need. Oh, I'm running out of time. I gotta hurry up. I want to get the headpiece finished at least. Nope. That almost went flying. There's a lot of stuff in game dev I just don't understand. When I make decisions like that, it's like, why not just, I don't know, leave it as it is? Why not just not use the name of classic franchise when you're making your new game that has nothing to do with the classic franchise, to the point that the handful of old players that remember this are not going to be interested in what you're making now, and the new players are not going to be interested in the name because they don't even know what it means? That is actually a bit of a dig against Bungie with their Marathon game they're making. I don't see the point of calling it Marathon. It's like a marketing stunt. It's purely a marketing stunt, but I just it doesn't work. I don't get it. I don't see the point in reviving a dead franchise unless it's actually for the sake of the old fans. And you can't be doing it for the sake of the old fans if you fundamentally change what it was. Just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, now we gotta make the joint. Which runner was that on? You. There it is. Oh, that's sad. I'm probably gonna play it. um, well, okay, I'm probably not, but that's because I probably don't have anything that'll run it when it comes out. Well, unless it takes a really long time to come out, to be fair. I don't remember what their planned release year was. I don't think they had anything to the degree of a concrete date, but they might have had a planned year of release, and I don't remember what that was, if they did. But I think it looks interesting, so I'm probably still going to play it. I just think they probably shouldn't have called it Marathon. I know I would have been playing it regardless of whether or not they called it Marathon, because quite frankly, I'd never heard of Marathon, so the name meant nothing to me. And that's my entire point about why it doesn't make sense to have called it Marathon. It really has nothing to do with the old games, and didn't get me to look into it. What got me interested was the visual style and the fact that it was from Bungie. Come here. There we go. I'm curious about the current state of Bungie, actually. I'll have to look into it, but kind of wonder how many of their developers are classic developers, the guys that worked on like Halo. I have no clue. It is kind of funny to me though when people comment about Destiny being like an off-brand Halo, because with that I just kind of go, yeah, I mean, yeah. did you expect anything else from the guys that made Halo? I played a lot of Destiny for like a week. Okay, I think it was a lot longer than that, but still. I ended up getting to the point where it wanted me to grind endgame gear. I forget how their levels work, but I remember it was something weird. It's like you hit a certain level and then you have to, like, leveling is capped and you have to level up through the acquisition of gear or something. It's a weird system. And I kind of went, okay, I don't really care anymore at that point. I kind of just stopped playing. So you have to get light, I believe it was, and light is gotten through gear, and that's how you level up after a certain point. Which, you know, is there to make you grind stages, or grind missions and stuff, really. But I just kind of stopped caring. Let me see. Well, these should be easy for me to find. You're literally the last ones on this runner. You know what's funny to me is how controversial it is to like Reach. Or was. I actually don't know the current state of like the Halo community. But I know that was like a big thing at one point was whether or not Reach is good. Reasonings for it were interesting too, from what I remember. I remember some people not liking that there was a sprint added. People didn't like the equipment system at all. I don't remember what they actually called it, but like the armor abilities. The game overall just plays different. I think What was it called? The rifle was another one people really didn't like. Was it called the battle rifle? I don't remember if it was called the battle rifle or not. Did they still call it the battle rifle? The thing with it is a different fire system from the battle rifle that was... Oh, I don't remember which Halo game it was introduced in. It's not in the first one, though, I don't think. I don't remember it being in the first one. There's a burst fire rifle. In Reach, they have one that's just a single shot that I quite like, but apparently a lot of people didn't like that. And then for Halo 4, they kept both. I think it's been a bit, but I think they had both in there. Yeah, but it kind of changed its combat role from what it was in the game it was introduced in. Whether that was 2 or 3, I don't remember. Just remember it was not Combat Evolved. Combat Evolved just had the regular assault rifle. It's one of my favorite guns in Combat Evolved because the magazine capacity is ridiculous and the rate of fire is absurd. Combat Evolved is fun. The shotgun has a ridiculous magazine capacity and is just one of the most powerful guns in the game. It is a mistake, and it is very fun to kill Flood with. Yeah, classic Halo is a good time. Alright. Oh, did we deal with you yet? No, I'm glad I picked that up. What I really want, though, is I want more Gundam stuff. I want more Gundam games. I want good Gundam games. I want them to go back to, I want them to go back to, like, Rise from the Ashes. I want them to make interesting stuff that actually mirrors the setting. They don't like to do that anymore. You want to be in like so? Yes. Ah, man, I just cannot seem to keep a handle on anything these days. It's quite frustrating. Yeah, that went in right. I think. Oh yeah, it had to go in right. It literally has a little slot in there. It's not possible for it to go in crooked. Okay. And and there we go. Hold up. There we go. Okay. Actually, I think we can get more. I am so nervous. Again, because of that skirt, I'm so nervous about trying to... Okay, that's good. We're good. There we go. So she's done now. We've got a couple other parts we can work on. So we're going to go ahead, take a look at that. But we've got her completed. I'm very happy about that. She can now stand up in the corner. She doesn't have to lie down, right? Right? She can stand up, right? And you can stand up. Yeah? Yes. Good. Cool. Let me go ahead and kind of just move these. We're not going to worry too much about those pieces at the moment because that's for attaching gear. I think the rest of this is... Yeah, going to be a lot of, like, building gear. Oh. Yeah, I gotta wrap up though, so I don't think I can actually. Oh wow, yeah, I really gotta wrap up. Whoops. Okay, let me attach these couple pieces. Just these little bits. There they are. These little bits. There's 4 of them, right? Why do I have 6 then? Is it just extra pieces? Yeah, I think it's just extra pieces. Okay. One of them just fell out already. Okay. We're going to attach these pieces real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap it up because I am, unfortunately, out of time already. I would like to go through and finish up. I might... It's just like all the gear. I would like to actually do that on stream. But it's not going to be enough for a full stream in and of itself, for sure. So I'm not quite sure how to approach that. I might go ahead, wrap that up, and then move on to the camphor all in one stream. Because, again, this is not going to take more than maybe 20, 30 minutes, tops. But I just don't have that at the moment. So, let me just get these ready to go here. And then we'll go ahead. Whoa! There you are. Yeah, get these fixed up. Get these fixed up, get these attached, and call it there. Hopefully this doesn't take me too much longer. I'm quite scared of dropping these too. It looks like they gave me extra, so that's good. But I still don't want to lose any, just in case. We don't want to... I don't want to be missing pieces. That is never fun. I love that her hair moves still. Her hair moving just is great. It's a lot of fun. I kind of didn't expect that. I really didn't expect it to be hinged like that. I'm glad it is, because some of these parts would have been a pain to get on without it, too. Ah! Hinge. There we go. Hinge. It's fun. Okay. These go on right here. Right. Come on. There we go. Right there. Got it. Right here. Right there. Okay. And then with that, there we go. We have normal mode complete, at least. We just gotta get her armaments built. But, again, we'll have to do that some other time. We have the base body built, though. So that makes me happy. And yeah, I think what I'll do, I'm planning to do the camphor next anyway, so I'll go ahead, plan the stream. We have girl, yes, we have blonde, we have small blonde. I think I'm gonna have to check this. I've got the other one on the shelf, but I think she might be larger than the other one. That might just be me, though. I am gonna have to check. I know they sell, I think this is hilarious, they sell optional bust parts so that you can just make them bigger. I find it humorous. They also sell like optional hair kits and whatnot, which I think is super cool for like different hairstyles and whatnot. But yeah, we have girl, and she can stand, so she stand over here. But yeah, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna plan to do the camphor next time I do a building stream, and then at the beginning of that, we'll just knock out the gear and whatnot real quick before moving on to the camphor. Camphor's gonna probably take a couple of sessions. Shouldn't be too long, but like last Gunpla kit I did took me three streams to wrap up. I'm glad we got her whole body built though, even though we couldn't manage to get to the gear today. We will work on that next time. We got tomorrow. I got another stream planned. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing more Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I still need to figure out what time I want to do that out. I'm not actually sure yet. A time. We want to do that at A time. Oh, that's why there's another hairpiece. It's for that. Ooh, hold up. It's off camera. That's what the other hairpiece is for. It's because it clicks into this. That explains everything. Okay. But anyway, it's been fun. I have enjoyed. I'm really happy I got to do some more work on more kits. This has been sitting there for far too long. So has, quite frankly, most of my kits. So we really need to slowly work through that pile. It's been great. Thanks for coming out. The couple people that came out, I appreciate you as always. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Tomorrow's going to be in the evening, by the way. Rather than being a 9 a.m. stream, I'm going to do it in the evening. So hopefully that allows different people to be able to drop in. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for coming around.